Well, good morning, Ellis County, and welcome to the first installment of the High School Sports Special. I'm John Garrett.
And I'm Billy Wessels. How's it going, everybody?
Yes, good morning, good morning. Good to be here, Billy.
It's fantastic being here, going off a little bit of sleep, but you know what, I'm excited. I'm ready to get this show going.
The point of the High School Sports Special, we'll obviously be talking about Waxahachie Indian football, District 15 4A teams, Ellis County teams. Get to this first Midlothian Waxahachie game last night. Wasn't pretty, wasn't terrible, wasn't the worst game I've ever seen, but Midlothian 42 over Waxahachie 7, and playing at Panther Stadium. What are your overall thoughts on the game last night?
You know, it was great if you're a Midlothian fan, obviously not so much if you're a Waxahachie fan, but you got to see a lot of stuff, and that's one of the big perks of a non-district game, and a rivalry game at first with a local team, with kids who've been playing together a long time. It's a little emotional, and I think that played a big part in it, and it definitely showed for Midlothian. They came out strong and fast, and they played really well.
And starting with Villarreal, behind center, we lost Don King III, and I know that was going to be, a concern for some of the Indian fans. Having a new quarterback in there, he's going to be a little bit shaky. He's probably not going to start off too strong, although some maybe have. But what are your thoughts on Villarreal so far?
One game in off the last night, he was 4 of 13 for 36 yards with 2 picks. That's obviously not a great way to start your varsity career, but I think he's got some potential there. He's got a strong arm. The big thing with him has got to be size. He's a little undersized to be under center. With our line is huge. He's got trouble seeing over them. But I think once he gets more comfortable back there, and that was his first varsity game ever. He was on JV all last year, and he's a senior now. He really wants to do well, and I know he can step up. He can do a better job. And when I talked to him last week, he said his big adjustment was getting used to the time he has back there. And it's a bigger gap than you think. He's got more time now at JV, which gives him more time to make mistakes, he said. It's something he's got to really think about and focus and really go through his progression. And you saw at times last night he didn't really get a chance to do that. So,
what was the turning point in the game?
In the game itself, in the fourth quarter, it was obviously the interception by J.J. Johnson. He housed the pick 6 from 26 yards out. But I think the turning point in the game was really the way Midlothian came out in the second half. They switched to the pistol/diamond formation, whatever they want to call it, where they put 2 extra receivers in the backfield with the quarterback. That gave them so many more options out of the backfield, and they just ran crazy. And once they did that, Coach Lee Wigginson over at Midlothian mentioned that after the game, said, "Hey, we did that. We know we didn't score on it right away, but it really kind of gave Waxahachie more to think about, and that really changed the tempo for the game."
Tune in every Saturday morning to KBEC 1390 at 7 a.m. for the High School Sports Special, hosted by Billy Wessels and John Garrett.